Conditions apply. Subject to availability.
Right, what's your full name?
Thomas David Richmond.
Now this is what you call race! Touchdown!
When's your birthday?
26th of March 1998.
Oh, you're an Aries.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Did you have any brothers or sisters?
Nicole, August 1996.
I'm on my laptop, I mean it.
She's alright now, we struggled as kids, but she's good with advice as well. James, January 2003, and like, me and James used to hate each other, I still do now, but like, James has become more tolerable, like, he's just that sort of chilled out person that can give a good bat. Like, he's like 6 foot odds, right, and he's whoa. And Eve, January 2007.
How did you know?
She hasn't had a chance to mature, nor go through puberty, so she's very still whiny, bratty.
I don't know.
Even thick cunt. It's great.
So, who are your parents?
Stephen Tracy Porter, now Richmond.
When did they get married?
Fuck. The 23rd of March, 1996.
Hmm? So she was pregnant with Nicole?
She was pregnant with Nicole. It was a shotgun win. Except the shotgun was pregnant with my dad, not my mum. Because there was two. My mum and dad got a house bought for them as a wedding gift. That was in Berwick Hills. And then I think that was where they first moved into for the wedding. And then they moved to Calder Road. That's right, yeah.
And where did they move after Calder?
I don't bloody know. Oh yeah, Chudden Avenue. We stayed there until I was about 5, then moved. That was fun.
Where to?
In Gubby Barwick. That was. I was there right up until I was about 6.5. No, I had my 7th birthday there, and then came back to Baldoon, like Trimden area, which is where they are now. And then I moved from here, there to there, to there, to there, to there, to there.
On the 27th of March 1976, David Richmond, 23, married Linda Jones, 22.
This is the original.
Look when they got married.
1976.
27th of March. The irony gets bigger and bigger.
There's too many coincidences. That's the day after my birthday.
David is living at 25 Delarden Road and Linda's living at 3 Cherwell Terrace, both in Middlesbrough.
But
What are you doing?
I'm writing a letter to my grandma.
Because there's no answer at the door.
There's no answer at the door. We think they're on holiday, but I'm going to post this letter through. We're still a bit iffy about the house. So is it the right house?
So you're just going to post a letter?
I'm going to post a letter, but I might copy it first. Hi Tom, sorry it took a long time to see your letter. I've only got over my
House?
I've only go over my house once a week, as I live with my partner, Paul. It was a shock to read your letter. I would like to meet you very much, but I don't want to cause any trouble between you and your dad. I brought my number for you. If you do want to see me, ring me and we can arrange to meet up. Hope to hear from you soon, Nana Linda.
Hello?
Hello, is this Linda Richmond?
Yes, speaking.
I am Tom Richmond.
Hello?
I'm the one that sent you the letter. Sorry, I'm not the sharpest knife in the kitchen. And you said you wanted to meet me. So, well, I would like to meet you too. But I prefer if it was stayed between me and you for now. And then when I'm at the age where I can do what I want in my life, I'll openly admit that I've saw you and spoke to you and that, because at the end of the day it's my choice. So,
Yeah.
I would like to meet you.
Well, I would like to see you. I have met you, but you were really little. We used to mind you.
Really?
Yeah, when you were little.
Oh, cool. When I meet you, could I bring my friend?
Yes, of course you can.
Yeah, where would it be that we met? Would it be town, your house,
Well, like, you can come over the house if you want to.
Well, you won't know none of the others, do you? Don't you know Peter and Keith?
Yeah, I know Peter.
Peter had a lot to do with me, your dad falling out. I don't know, I honestly don't know the reason. Your dad would probably
She was a very happy woman.
Yeah.
It made her a very, very happy
Couldn't
woman.
stop shaking, could
She showed me the letter and she said, she said, when I got home from work, she said, I've had a letter off my grandson. I went, what? So I said, your great-granddad's greenhouse and all that was on here. And there was a caravan in book.
I recognise this guy, and there was a caravan there.
Yeah, in the greenhouse.
Yeah.
We let it go because she lives with me now over over the other side of the estates. And,
We just come to make sure everything's alright.
We had it lovely, we had all the gravel down, it's all full of weeds now and all that, but she was ill, she was very, very cold.
Do you know what? It's just clicked. I remember once or twice how my dad used to bring his car on the drive.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember it all.
Did your parents live here?
Yeah, I was born in this house.
This was on a marriage certificate, this house.
That's how we knew.
And that's how we found you to begin with.
Is your dad called Peter?
Yeah, well,
Do you have a brother called Peter?
yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Boom, boom.
Peter's the one I don't talk to.
Yeah. It's like, as soon as I saw that, I just remember the pathway.
That was your granddad, my dad. That was my mum.
Where have I seen her before?
My mum died first, and then my dad, he took ill, he had lung cancer. So I gave up my job and my home and everything and moved in here with him to look after him. And that's how Keith.
Yeah, there's Peter.
Pete.
Oh, God.
That's my sister Marjorie. Our Margie's the eldest, and then there's Peter, then me, and then our Keith. And at the time, our Marjorie takes fit, she's epileptic.
Oh.
So I look after her a couple of nights a week, that's why I've got 2 jobs.
Yeah.
And she took bad when our dad died and that, so we asked Peter to see to all the arrangements and the insurance policies and everything, and he took our dad's money. Because there was only, it wasn't a great deal of money. And when, after all the funeral and everything had happened, Marjorie sent for Peter to find out about the insurance and everything like that, and he said it was Grandad wishes the money stayed in the bank. And we said, well, it's silly because Grandad's not here no more. And later on we found out that him and Margaret had been on holiday for 3 months with it.
Oh, wow.
If I never ever see anybody again, son, Peter took all the money. Because Marjorie and me, as far as we're concerned, he doesn't exist.
And then they've kept me in the dark quite a lot because they know I've been doing the family training. They've never told me anything.
No.
And Dad was like, if you wanted to know so much, why didn't you just ask me? We was probably screaming, shouting.
If our Peter stood there on fire, she wouldn't put him out. Because you daren't even, like you say to her, Peter, and she goes, Peter out. She'll never ever speak to him again, never. We were actually on about moving to France with your nana and granddad.
Could have been in France right now.
But I have Claire and Sharon
Yeah.
and your dad, your father in the car going to the church because he'd gone to pick the bridesmaids up and he was late.
Oh God, that's our dad.
Why did you split up from David?
Yeah, I was going to ask that.
Do you really want to know?
That's honest truth.
Do you really want to know?
Yeah.
Well, to put it bluntly, if I walked in with a fair coat on and high-heeled shoes and a bag full of money, he wouldn't ask me where I got it from. And as soon as the kids come home from school, it was sit down, shut up.
Yeah.
They had no life whatsoever.
Dad's heard.
Yeah, I was the one that brought the kids up, not him.
And that's Stephen.
Yeah.
No, it's Bill.
He doesn't look like you though.
Stephen. Ha!
He looks totally different.
He does, doesn't he? Let me just oh.
It does. He's even got the flick. Look.
He's got the flick.
Oh my God.
And
Say that all of them.
when Auntie Marjorie took that, she asked me for, you know, if she could have a look through the photos. So I'll get them.
Thank you for letting us come, by the way.
You're welcome. Anytime you want to come, just let me.
Look at his dad.
So Stanley Richmond is confirmed as
Grandad.
David Richmond.
Yeah, your great
Which is
granddad.
my granddad.
Your great granddad.
David
He's
Richmond.
great, you're great.
He's great.
And his granddad.
Granddad, and we confirm that.
On the 5th of April 1947, Stanley Richmond, 24, married Catherine Jones, 19. They were both single and they got married at St Patrick's Church in Cannon Street.
He was a strapping young man, wasn't he?
There's another photo of him here. I like this one better. I can see James in his face.
In whose?
Stanley's, obviously.
Yeah.
I can see you as well, but I can definitely see James.
Yeah.
And the forehead you're on about. Stanley's an Accletime burner living at 11 Newport Street, and Catherine's a hotel still room maid living at 220 Cannon Street. In total, Stanley and Catherine had Keith, Maureen, Christine and David. Stanley and Catherine split up shortly after they had 4 kids. Do you know any of David's side of the family, by the way? Because that's what we've been doing, isn't it?
Yeah, David's son.
Your dad's side?
Yeah.
Your granddad's side? No.
Didn't you know his
I know Christine.
Is that his sister?
Yeah, Christine, his sister, and I knew your nana and granddad.
Who was his
His mum and dad.
Was it Catherine?
Yeah, Kath and Joe.
That's his stepdad.
Yeah, his stepdad,
Yeah.
Joe.
Didn't you know his real dad?
No,
No.
no, I
I
never.
can't work out why he left, but no one knows.
Maureen. Hello? Hiya.
Tom?
Yeah, is this Maureen? Hiya. I don't know whether or not you know, but I've been doing quite a lot about my family tree. My mum was talking, Tracy, do you know Tracy, don't you? As in my mother. You have met Tracy.
I know who you are now.
Yeah,
Lord.
I'm Stephen Richmond's son.
I don't know an awful lot about the Richmond family because my mum and dad separated when I was quite young.
Yeah. Was that Stanley? Stanley and Kath?
Yes, Sam and
Yeah.
Kath, yeah. I was 5.
5.
So it would be 1954.
God,
Yeah.
that's a bit earlier than we thought about.
Yes, it was 1979 in the May. And he died in, but they've known each other for a lot of years.
Yeah.
And he died in 1984, 1985, and my mum died 10 years ago.
Was Kath cremated or buried?
She was cremated.
Just there's a photo on a grave in Thorntree Cemetery of I'm not 100% sure who it is. I think it's Kath and Joe. Because I was trying to find the grave the other day, and for the love of God, I couldn't find it.
You know where the church is?
Yeah.
In Thorntree Cemetery, where the little chapel is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Well, if you stand with the chapel to your left.
Right.
Right. And then you just turn over to your right, and it's just a little bit forward.
220. This way. 2812L. Oh, don't start confusing me. For fuck's sake. 2805. It's gonna be around here. 2830. How hard? Right, there's 2826. I'm gonna do 2838. Here. It's here.
You found it?
Yes.
Oh.
There's my granddad. That is definitely Joe.
And Kath?
Yeah.
That's his second wife?
Yep, that's Margaret.
Oh. I was looking for a headstone, that's why.
I've walked past this 6 times.
What, like today or?
Yeah.
Right, so this is Joe. It's fell, hasn't it?
Oh, there's. Yeah.
They're all in my dad's, in Joseph Beagle's grave.
Oh, they're all together?
Yeah, they're all together.
Right, okay.
When they got separated, he stayed in Middlesbrough with his sister.
Alright. This is the only thing up to now that's puzzling me. But I know you were really like 2. But I don't suppose in the future you got told why he actually left, besides anything other than, I don't know how to word it. Do you know why he actually left Middlesbrough?
He married a woman called Kath, she had a family as well, but the wedding place, but I think she was from Middlesbrough as well originally, and I think they just moved to Scunthorpe together.
Right.
Family.
So he did actually keep in contact a little bit.
Just for a while, yeah.
Yeah,
and he was, I'm trying to think now when Keith went to his funeral.
Catherine lived 220 Cannon Street in Middlesbrough. The father's name was Edward Richmond from Stanley. That's a hint for the next bit.
And Stanley's dad is Edward Richmond, and he's a platelayer on the railway.
Whoa!
Why do you think I covered it all up? What?
Wow! That's so ironic. I think it's just in blood that I like trains, isn't it? Will we be getting this one back? Probably not. And if you look on the rails, you can see the rail itself where the train wheels gliding on, and then little black things that like clip into the side of the track left lane. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. We don't still use steam. whose job it is to inspect and maintain the permanent way of the railway installation. So instead of doing any job like attaching plates or base plates, he actually maintains all the track.
So going into more information on Stanley's dad, Edward, he was born in 1874 in Darlington. So that's it basically.
Why the hell would you live in Darlington?
And in 1913 he marries Agnes M. Plumpton.
Okay, and then they wait for the war to be over, and then they have 3 kids. Edward, Stanley and John, right?
Oh, we know how this goes.
In total, Edward and Agnes had Edward Jr., Stanley and Joan. However, during childbirth to Joan, Agnes dies, age 41.
Oh.
Okay, so now Edward is in the 1920s with 3 kids and no wife.
Right.
Meanwhile in Darlington, a young lass named Elsie Scott finds herself in a very difficult situation. She has given birth to 2 boys, William and Derwent, illegitimately.
So, you've got Edward with 3 kids, and you've got Elsie with 2 kids. That needs a husband, and he needs a wife. And what happens next is obvious.
They get married.
They get married.
Well, she's saving his ass with the kids, and he's saving her ass with the illegitimate kids.
And making them
So yeah, fair enough.
On the 12th of November 1927, Edward Richmond, 52, married Elsie Scott, 28. Edward is a widower, and Elsie is single, and they got married at St John's Anglican Church in Darlington.
Bloody hell.
His ship came sailing in, didn't it? She's
half his age.
Yeah, she's thought like.
Fucking hell, she was 28. Fuck me.
Like Stanley was like when Stanley was growing a teenager, Edward was retiring.
Fucking hell.
Right, so to unify it all together, they got married, and then they moved to Middlesbrough, and then they had Beatrice together.
Right. Oh.
Just come through and he used to stay at my Aunt Lily's and Aunt Winnie.
Ah, yeah.
Beatrice.
Yeah. Beatrice, yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah. Everyone referred to her as Lily, didn't they? She did. It was rarely ever she got Beatrice.
We met her as well. So that.
No, she never got Beatrice. So.
No, I actually did get to meet her as well.
Yeah, 46. You get right at the beginning. 1946 was such an eventful year.
Which way to stop? I think I've seen a Richmond there. Go back to left.
Beatrice Richmond? Yeah.
Hey!
How long? It's not as if you're a computer technician, more sure.
She is still alive.
PCA. And then we had her until she was 13, so.
So,
Does Beatrice know anything about Stanley?
How do you mean she's got a touch of Tom's arms, is it?
Was it Edward, a brother?
Yeah.
Joan.
Joan, yeah.
Yeah.
In Canada.
Yeah, Joan was
Yeah.
in Canada. She
She
died.
died.
Yeah.
And she died in Canada.
Mm-hmm. And just Stanley, yeah.
So everything so far is correct.
Yeah.
But yes,
It's very calm, isn't it, for strangers, isn't it?
you can always Carol's dogs are like this.
Yeah, it looks like Carol's dog, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And yours.
Yes. I am. Love dogs, me, I think they make.
So you were called
Tom.
Tom.
Yeah. There you
And
go.
you were
I'm her great nephew.
great nephew.
Yeah, Stanley's. He's related through Stanley, yeah.
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 And Stanley's son is his granddad. Did you say you were the oldest or the youngest? Can't remember.
Oldest.
Oldest.
So you were born.
George is the second oldest.
And Susan's the youngest.
And Susan's the youngest.
Can you find...
They're all Richmond one. No, they'll be Maori one.
They'll all be married.
No.
Yeah.
Your great nephew.
We've been doing the family tree. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's related to Stanley.
He's doing the Richmond side.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I'm Tom.
You're Tom.
He's Tom Richmond, yeah.
Yeah.
We lost our family tree now, didn't we? Supposedly that
Yeah,
Andrew's girlfriend done for us.
yeah.
Somebody took it, didn't they?
No, it didn't.
It wasn't. It used to be in the bottom drawer.
Yeah, I think it is back in.
Looks warm wherever it is.
Yeah, Sydney to Australia. Isn't it the...
Oh, that is, yeah.
Yeah, the top
That's
one.
the other. That's George.
Nice family meeting.
That's George and me. Do you want to wear them? That's Grandad and Nana. George, I can't see him. No, because Mum's husband.
Oh, right, okay.
No, Dad.
Yeah, that's William.
Yeah.
6'1.5". Oi.
Well, we'll leave you in peace.
Well, thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure.
See you again.
Thank you very much.
She was gonna cry. She was gonna cry her eyes out. She was scared there.
I know, she felt a bit threatened, didn't she?
Yeah, you can see it in her eyes. But wow, seen her?
Yeah.
She died was it last year or the year before she died?
About 2 years ago, wasn't it?
About 2 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously I met her son Paul.
He was quite a private man, really. Stanley Richmond, and I mean, he didn't really tell us an awful lot of what was going on in his life. Because his mum was still alive then as well.
Elsie,
Stanley's mum.
Stanley's mum. So,
Stan's mum?
yeah.
Anna Richmond?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we knew her.
She was in her 90s when she passed away.
What was Elsie like?
Being 90.
But you see, my Anna Richmond, she was stand-up woman of the world, really. She was thin, she was a non-smoker.
Alright.
She laughed. She lived and she laughed and she loved.
Yeah.
So Edward, Stanley and Joan would have counted Elsie as their mum.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Because Elsie raised them.
Did Stanley ever speak about his dad?
No, he didn't. Not that I know of, because and he died before I was born.
Alright.
So my granddad was married before he married Elsie.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I mean, I wouldn't really I wouldn't have actually known all that, you see, because I mean, I'm only a kid.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, you're in the same boat as I am. I'm just finding this out now as well, don't worry about it. Sean when he does this, he's amazing. Like, you'll find out loads of information.
Edward's dad is Timothy Richmond and he's deceased, and he was a blast furnace man.
Fucking Timothy!
Why?
Wow! Great Timothy! What if my kids are going to be asking like somebody for like videos and photos and shit of me, and they're going to see this? Am I right, ladies? No! You think Go and dry it quickly. You think that was your fault? Oh, my family originally come from Darlow, don't they?
Yeah.
Right, so we're up to like
The down and unlock.
right sound. Yeah.
She died during the childbirth of Joel.
Yeah, that's right. Oh,
So-
fuck it, I tell you what, there was no fucking way,
I know
was
that.
there?
He definitely knew it, didn't he?
Yeah, 100%.
Like you, he's had got an air and a spare.
Well, I no longer have a spare, I just have an air.
It's early days.
You can be the spare.
So they got married here. So even though there was an age gap, they had a happy time. Do you imagine I've got confetti? Edward is a labourer and they're both living at 11 Chancery Street.
11 Gorkery Street.
Chancery Street.
Yeah, alright, okay, yeah, I realise I fancy writing. Oh, are we walking, are we?
We can't find it here.
Right, grand.
There, yeah. Is this definitely Albert?
Yeah. Right, so there's the church over there. Right, so we've just crossed here and come up the first street, Albert.
Yeah,
right?
so we need to go into that next street, don't we, at the top?
Yeah, so we need to go to Adelaide.
Adelaide, is it?
Adelaide.
There's the train station where Edward would have been a Platelayer.
No.
So,
I got it right.
so this is the roundabout.
Adelaide, my mortgage repayments. Adelaide.
Oh, we can go over the roundabout?
Yeah, Bridge Terrace. So, see where that Nigel Perry building is?
Yeah.
That's probably where
Chancery Street
Chancery Street was. Yeah. There might be a way to tell actually, because there's a railway line there.
was. Yeah.
Right, so I'm actually pretty good at doing this because it's come off a railway line, right? So,
1 sec.
10 chain. I reckon.
So Silver Street, there's a little bit of a road there, isn't
This
there?
is Silver Street.
There's a little bit of a road.
Yeah. The church is, here, look. If you look at the map now, there's the church, right, on its weird angle.
Yeah.
Right, and right opposite is Chancery Street. So it would have been probably around here.
Oh, so no road then.
Like here.
Yeah. And they fucking built that on it.
What a fucking waste.
So this is where Stanley was a baby then? Right, we're heading to Union Street now
Yeah, that's correct.
to find out more about Timothy.
Timothy, yeah.
Timothy Richmond.
See what he was all about.
Finding out about Timothy, aren't we?
Yeah.
So there's Timothy's baptism, left to right.
So, August the 10th, 1845. Wow. It's Timothy,
Son of.
George, and this is one I can't fucking. Anne.
Yeah.
Obviously Richmond.
And that's George's job.
A carpet weaver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight after this, the nearest census is 1851
1851.
on Union Street.
In this house, there is George Richmond. Is the head. 29. Is a carpet weaver. Anne, she is 40. That's a foursome.
It could be 30.
Oh no, 30, yeah, 29, 30. Let's just go with that.
It makes more sense.
And obviously, at this time, women had no rights, no job. Then next will be Timothy, son. He's a scholar, so I'm imagining.
I think he's 7, isn't he?
Yeah, looking at that. And why do they have to write like that? Chick. Christopher.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was 3.
Yeah.
And then Thomas.
Yeah.
He was 1.
Yeah.
So my name's just being passed and no one thinks, oh, that brother of that one.
Yeah. Which is weird that there's another Thomas, isn't there?
Yeah, I'm glad there's
And
another
they lived
Thomas.
on this street. Over what?
1845.
1851 the census.
1851 census. So you're talking 150, 172 years ago. Something
The
like
Richmonds were here.
Fucking hell. 172 years ago.
In total, George and Anne Richmond had Timothy, Christopher, Thomas, George, Edward, Frederick, and Mary.
More thing is Thomas, the brother, Timothy's brother. He passed away when he was 6.
What got him?
Tuberculosis, I think.
Probably about right for the time.
Yeah. This is the 1871 census for the Richmond.
1871 census. So, yes. Right. There is Timothy Richmond. He's the head. He's 22.
Yeah.
At this point. Then Elizabeth Richmond, the wife. She was. Does that fucking say 16?
16, yeah.
She didn't have a job.
And next door, have you noticed the different number?
Yeah, 39 and 40. Then Christopher Richmond, he's the head, and he was. Does that say fireman at.
Ironworks.
So he was a fireman at the ironworks.
Yeah.
So he was literally what's called now a standby man. So you stand there and basically watch.
I'm not sure.
So what you're telling me, right, is so far only Christopher has actually done well.
Well, this is probably where Christopher and Timothy drank.
Well, actually, yeah. This is an entire string of houses. Even had brick walls on the original.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're still on Cleveland Street, so I'll just stay here.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, we're looking for number 3 this time.
Number 3. There. So, in this house, there is.
It's Anne again.
Oh, yeah. Anne Richmond, head. So, obviously, at this point, George has died.
The carpet weaver.
Yeah, the carpet weaver's passed.
Yeah.
Right. So
she's a widow. That's what wid means.
Yeah, she's 40?
70.
What? Oh, right, yeah, sorry, fucking, yeah. 70. She doesn't have a job, which, to be fair, she did at that point. I'd be fucking shocked.
Yeah.
Following on from Anne, you've got. Is that Timothy?
Yeah.
Oh, he came home.
He came home, yeah.
Right, so Timothy, 43?
Yeah.
Or 48, one of the two.
He's got the M still.
Yeah.
So he's still married.
Still married. So he's. What? That honestly looks like B-E... That looks like B-E-W, to be fair. Bev... I can't read it.
Herb and ginger beer maker. These columns, you see, if you see the top 3, one says employer, one says employed, and one says neither nor employed or employer, and look at where Timothy's X is. So he's not working for somebody, he's not working for himself, he's neither nor employed. Probably selling it, but he's probably not telling them he's selling it, but he hasn't got a shop or anything, he's probably just making it in his mum's back room.
Ah, clever.
So, for an experiment... I managed to get these noises as well. Got some ginger beer.
Go on, I'm willing to give it a go.
Give it a go. I want feedback. Me and Timothy were working today and got these straight from Anne's house. On Cleveland Terrace? Oh, Cleveland Street.
It's got a nice kick.
Gingery and fresh. We don't know what type of...
Oh, gingery and fresh, thank fuck. That spicy one's quite nice, actually. I would take these on to marry and she'll go, I'll fucking kill him.
Yeah, it's quite a kick, isn't it?
Oh, that one's nicer.
We just don't know what he was adding to them, it just says herbs. And what's that taste like?
Oh, that is the best one.
Right,
because it's orange as well.
So can you taste orange?
Yeah, that is the best one by far.
I don't know what that one tastes like. It's probably just general ginger beer.
Fermented herbal extracts.
Oh, so that's probably the most accurate in there.
Peculiar.
What's it taste like?
There has got like a little bit of a herb, like.
So which one's the favourite one?
This one.
The middle one.
Yeah, spiced orange.
Married on his. He's married to.
So he's married
He's
to
not
her.
a widow, is he? He's not divorced.
He's married to her, but she's
The
not
M's there for married, but she's not there. Yeah, we've got to remember this is a snapshot of one night in one day in a whole year. She might just be her friends.
Yeah, true.
So maybe we're reading to it in too many. I just don't understand why he's gone back to his mum's. Like you've even
Yeah.
which is confusing. But
Because when I go back to mum's, it's never good. So.
Timothy outlived most of his siblings and his wife Elizabeth, and by 1911 he's at the top of the register, listed as an attendant at a working man's house on Clare Row in Darlington, which is now part of the central roundabout into Darlington. And Timothy died here in 1916 in his 60s. Edward was away with the First World War when his father passed away, and Stanley would never have met his grandfather Timothy.
right, so that's the end of your family tree, Tom.
It just shows how mad
Families,
it is, and no one really knows the God's honest truth.
Yeah, no one knows the actual story of the Richmonds, do they? Apart from, well, they will when this goes out.
And Stanley had the right fucking idea.
What to get to
It just shows, right, that I'm somewhat normal in amongst all this shit.